welcome to A Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Hello, I finally have a squishmallow. It's squished up against me, and it makes me really happy.
The seams look like they're about to pop.
They aren't.
But it's a cactus. It's supposed to look that way.
Yeah, that's done on purpose.
Squishy.
It's very squishy and
squishy.
Soft and perfect.
It's smooth. It's smoother than Luna's brain. Luna's a smooth brain.
Bless her. Don't pick on her.
I love that dog. Hey, let's do our regular intro, and then we'll go into everything else that we have to cover, because we have a lot to cover, because we took a week off.
Yeah, we did.
We'll talk more about that in a bit. But first, if this is your first time or 133rd... 33rd. If this is your first time or 133rd...
No, you still did it wrong. 133rd time.
Even it's something weird even for you.
It still does sound, it's weird.
First time
weird number.
Or 133rd time.
Yeah.
Coming into the show. Welcome. We're glad you're joining us for an episode of A Novel Console. We hope you stick around, have some laughs, and maybe find some new things to enjoy. If you want to reach out to us, you can do it on our socials, which is basically at A Novel Console on every platform, or you can email us directly at anovelconsole@gmail.com. Or if you would like to support us, you could do it at patreon.com/anovelconsole.
Please tell your friends about the show, and please leave us reviews wherever you can, because they help us be more discoverable. And we have a Discord if you want to join. Send us an email telling us you want to join, or look for the pinned tweet on our Twitter.
Yes.
Twitter.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you to everyone who's been downloading like crazy last week.
Yeah, one of y'all lost your minds. I don't know what the hell you were doing.
Yeah, last week we didn't release an episode, and we had...
like more downloads than we ever have had.
It was close to 200 downloads last week.
Now they're going to know how pitiful a podcast we are.
Counting today, it would be... if the downloads from today count, it would be 200.
That's insane.
And I'm very happy about that. Thank you, whoever did that.
I hope that us releasing an episode means that doubles.
I doubt it.
I do too. And watch us go back to like 5 downloads.
Yeah. So last episode we were on with Dave Jackson from Tales from the Backlog. We talked Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. Fun episode. Mm-hmm. My episode with him talking about Eastward released, so just go check it out on wherever you can find podcasts. It's Tales from the Backlog, Eastward. Pretty great episode. It's very entertaining. If you are interested in Eastward and don't want to play it, that's a good way to experience it, because we pretty much talk about everything, and everything that makes sense and everything that doesn't make sense about that game. It's a great time. Also, our Patreon. I released an episode with Thrak last week. We talked the Gears of War trilogy, but we actually talked everything but Gears of War. So it was like a regular episode. It was great. It was a fun time. I'm planning on doing more of those episodes with more people, different people. We have a list on Discord about all of the games that I kind of want to go through this year, and a lot of people have chosen to be on some of those episodes. So if you do have a way to record audio and you want to be on one of those episodes, just please go to Discord, claim your episode, and we'll make sure to...
I'm going to have a guest on every single episode?
On those games specifically, yes. Yes, those are going to go... The way I want to do them is I want to release them on Patreon, like 2 weeks to a month later, release them on main feed on Friday. And I want to start getting enough done that I can release one extra every single Friday. You dig?
Yeah.
All right. So
I dig.
On the spirit of Patreon, we have the Backlog of Doom winners. Let's see if Discord...
I think like one person on Discord answered.
Only one person on Discord answered?
So.
Well, that's too bad.
Because Thrak said, for what?
Oh, wait, no, they answered...
They did.
They answered on the on the message that I sent. So
like reacting to it?
Yeah, only one person reacted to B. The rest of them reacted to A.
And that was to break the tie between my 2 winning books.
Yes.
So
you had, let me get the books. You had The Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White and Ink in the Blood by King Smeshkull. Both equal on votes. They were tied. So we asked Discord. Discord all voted A for the Guinevere Deception. Only one
Granted,
person.
they didn't know that's what they were voting for.
No, only one person voted B, and somebody voted C.
Of course they did. Thanks, person.
And Dave said he found a rogue A somebody somewhere there. So you got the Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White.
Works for me.
And I knew this was coming a mile away. I got Kingdom Hearts. That's my game.
You knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. So I feel like this episode might either be late April or most likely sometime in June because we got Star Wars month in May.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, and I think that this is not going to be hold on you. I think it's going to be held on me because Kingdom Hearts is a pretty long game. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to cover Kingdom Hearts.
I feel nothing. Like, I was fine with pretty much any of those winning, I think.
Watch them all be BJ Novak being a dickhead.
Oh my God. This has got to be better than that book. That's one of the worst books I've ever read in my entire life. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's on the terrible.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's see what else we have now that we announced the winners. Okay, so tell me about Ghost.
Oh my
Oh,
Lord.
wait. Before Ghost.
Before Ghost.
Before Ghost. We have something awesome to try live on the show.
Oh, we're going to do that first?
Yes,
Okay.
because they're starting to sweat.
Okay. That
So,
works.
when I was a teenager and I was in martial arts,
A very long time ago.
a long time ago, very long time ago, I used to drink this energy drink that was cactus water and agave, and it was awesome. I remember it being in a metal bottle. I don't remember the name. I just remember it had these weird designs on it. Right there, right? I showed them to Karradyne. And then eventually they changed and they just said energy. And
Okay.
yeah. And on top, it has a little symbol that says elements. And I was obsessed with these because they tasted like juice. They were very smooth and they gave me the energy I needed, for my martial arts class. Out of nowhere, they disappeared. Like I never saw them ever again. So there's this podcast that I follow on Twitter called Big Drink Energy, and their whole thing is that they have energy drinks. They talk about them, rate them, all that stuff. So it's a fun show. So I was trying to remember this fucking drink so I could tell them, hey, maybe this would be a good drink to cover on the show. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? This is the drink that started the show.
That's amazing.
We've been trying to we did the show based on this. Like, this is our bread and butter. I'm like, holy fuck, is it discontinued? And they're like, well, yes and no. So this energy drink is made by Snapple. So it got rebranded into Venom Energy, which is kind of like a monster-ish drink. I've only had it like once or twice. It wasn't bad, but it didn't leave a lasting impression. And I was like, holy fuck, that's awesome. I didn't know that. And then they're like, oh, but Elements is coming back. That agave cactus water one that you want is called Snapple Elements Rain. I'm like, huh, okay. So my whole goal today, Sunday the 19th, was to find these fucking drinks. I found Snapple Elements Rain, Snapple Elements Air, which is prickly pear and peach white tea, and Snapple Elements Fire, which is dragon fruit, which I am kind of obsessed with.
You
dragon
love
fruit. Yes,
dragon fruit.
love dragon fruit. So I just want to take a moment to thank Mikey and Alex from Big Drink Energy for letting me know and reuniting me with my long lost love of these energy drinks. So I want us to try them first. I want you to try the first one. Which one do you want to start with?
Air, aka peach.
Prickly pear.
I've been wanting to drink this bitch all day, and you wouldn't
peach
let
white
me.
tea. Yeah.
Have you had this one?
No,
that
I haven't.
You know of?
I haven't. No.
No.
These might be the same, but I did see a lot of people online saying, "Oh, this is not the same." But then again, they were like very tame. They weren't like super powerful, kick you in the nuts, Monster Energy type energy drinks. But these are more drinks than energy drinks. These are not energy drinks at all. I think, because I don't think that's how they're marketed.
I
So,
I don't know how I feel about this.
why?
It kind of tastes like peachy toilet water. But it might grow on me the more I drink it. It's weird.
It smells like peach.
It's definitely more peach than prickly pear, I think. Do you get the toilet water?
No,
No?
I get a watered down Snapple.
Yeah. Yeah. But like also like more artificial tasting watered down Snapple. It's not terrible.
It's not.
Which means
it's not,
I guess that
it's-
I think toilet water is not terrible.
It also says that it has 45% less sugar than a regular Snapple apple.
Okay, so that would explain why it tastes like watered down.
Yeah, that's why it tastes
I love
like
me
that.
some Snapple apple. Love.
So not bad.
No, yeah, it's all right.
I don't remember having that when I was a teenager. I do remember the agave one, and I think I had the dragon fruit one. I think the dragon fruit one was pretty close there with the cactus water one.
Okay, so here is fire dragon fruit flavored juice drink.
Flavored juice drink.
It smells like gummy lifesavers. Like the
Oh.
red one.
Okay. So there's potential that it's good. What do you think?
It's pretty good. It's very fruity.
That's it.
It's way less subtle than air is.
It
smells like gummy
candy.
Lifesavers, doesn't it?
Like gummy lifesavers.
The
yeah,
red and
the
purple
red
one,
ones.
which is fitting
Wow,
because
that
it's
is-
red and purple.
That's uncanny.
It kind of tastes like liquid red and purple lifesavers, honestly.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right?
This is exactly what that one used to taste
Oh,
like.
really?
Yeah, this is exactly the
It's
dragon
pretty good.
fruit. This is great.
Okay. Well, let's get that rain.
Okay, so I am definitely going to buy this by the ass load.
Oh,
'Cause
my gosh.
That
I
is actually
can't.
really good, and it has 45% less.
Okay,
sugar.
so now we have rain, which is the agave cactus flavored juice drink, which is the one you're most excited about, right?
Yes.
Watch it be terrible. Let's see. It smells
Like what?
interesting. I don't know yet.
Okay, taking a sip.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, you like it?
It gives me Snapple Apple vibes, but not obviously it's not Snapple Apple, but it gives me Snapple Apple vibes.
So this was hard as fuck to find.
Yeah, it was.
This is what
He
consumed most of my
left
day.
this apartment and spent 2
That
hours
smells
riding around stores trying to find this shit, only to finally see it was listed as in stock somewhere. Went there, couldn't find it, and ordered it online to go pick up later today.
This is it.
It is.
This is it.
Is
Oh
it
my
giving you
God.
life?
I feel like kicking somebody in the face right now.
Okay, please don't kick me.
I used to drink this before doing martial arts.
I know.
But it's just- this and Puerto Rican Chinese food just bring back memories of getting into fights
You
with other
can
people.
kick my squishmallow in
No,
the
I'm
face.
not gonna kick it. So I went to Walmart, right, when I woke up, and I got the fire and I got the air, because that's what the internet was saying. It said it has fire, so I'm guessing, it has all the flavors. I went and I had the two. It had like 2 of air and like 6 of fire. I'm like, whatever. So I looked around online to see who had rain. It said that Target had rain. So because Target had rain, I went to Target and I looked and I looked and I looked and I couldn't find it on the fucking shelf. I look at a different Target in Oviedo, which is about 10 miles away from where we are. And I went up there, and again, no. It said that they had 6 in stock. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to go home. On my way home, I'm like, well, I'm going to order it online. Chances are they have it in the back room. And I just need to order it online because it's an online-only ordering thing, and that's what they're saving the stock for. So I ordered it. 2 hours later, I get the email saying your order is ready for pickup. I'm like, can't fucking be. It can't be real. And then I'm kicking myself because I only ordered one. So we went up there and we're sitting waiting for the dude to bring us the bag. And I'm like, this is going to be wrong. They just grabbed...
It was taking forever.
They just grabbed whichever the fuck Snapple they saw and threw it in a bag and they're bringing it out. Little did I get or whatever. I expected this to be bad. I expected to have a bad time. When I saw through the bag the blue bottle, I was like, holy fuck, it's real. And I wanted to order like the rest of them. But I didn't. I should have. I should order the rest of them and go pick them up.
You should.
Because this shit fucks. This is exactly what it tasted like.
I think you've still got some time to pick them up today.
No, because we got to finish recording this.
True.
Shit. Yeah, I need another swig because this is... Oh my God. It smells right too. This is incredible.
I'm glad you are happy.
I am very happy.
I'm sad the peach doesn't taste better.
I mean...
It'll probably grow on me.
You like the dragon fruit.
Yeah, true.
So, again, I just want to thank the guys from Big Drink Energy. I want to thank Mikey and Alex again for letting me know that this is real.
They have a whole podcast about energy drinks?
Yes, but what they say is it's about energy drinks, and they do like energy drinks for the first 15 minutes, and then it just devolves into chaos and talking about everything and nothing at the same time. Okay. Kind of like us.
Yeah.
So
we have no sense of order.
Nope, not at all. Oh man, that was awesome. I'm happy. Can you talk about Ghost now?
Yes. So you played a Ghost song for me randomly when you saw they were coming here, and it was Dance Macabre. And oh my God, just the few seconds of that song that you played, I latched onto it and did my thing that I do where I become obsessed with things overnight.
And listen to them until your ears bleed?
Yes, basically. I think I'm in love with them. I do.
With Ghost?
Yes.
Do you want to describe what Ghost is?
As you said, and it is what, metal for people who are scared of metal, and it's the Scooby-Doo chase songs. Chase
music, yeah. Scooby-Doo chase music.
Yes.
Especially
it's wonderful.
Square Hammer. Very Scooby-Doo chase music, like, so. It's fun because they dress up like really like death metal, like black and white face. The musicians are called Ghoul 1, Ghoul 2, Ghoul 3, and they all play like instruments with like the same mask over their face.
They look kind of scary.
Kind of like Slipknot, but then the music is like really not scary. It's like very tame. Mm-hmm. Kind of like what Kiss is. They look scary, but their music is terrible.
Yeah. Oh, bless it. Ghost isn't terrible.
Kind of sucks.
Really?
But
Ghost?
It sucks in a good way.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's like crappy 80s indie rock.
You're crappy 80s indie rock.
But it's good. Right?
It's very enjoyable.
I
love it.
I mean,
I'm listening to it way too much.
Mm-hmm. Like that one day I was sitting in here playing and I heard the song far away. I'm like, yeah.
I was just randomly listening to it on the couch.
I thought it was the TV. I'm like, nice. Ghost is getting like some commercial airtime. Nope. It was Karradyne.
It was me.
So, you really want to go see them when they come here?
I do, desperately.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
I guess we can try to shoot for that. What else? What else do we have? We have The Mummy.
We did. We had never seen The Mummy, the OG.
It's not the OG.
Oh, excuse me, the OG Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
Mummy. We had never seen it, and you know, Brendan is very popular right now in his Renaissance and his Oscar win, and you know, he's all over TikTok. I was scrolling through Hulu trying to find something to put on for background noise earlier today, and The Mummy was there. I was like, you know what? I saw that awful Tom Cruise one. I need to actually watch this. Like, how have I never watched this movie? So I put it on, and big mistake. We both sat on the couch and watched it.
I was like,
the whole thing. You were about to get up and play video games.
Yeah.
Nope. We're going to watch The Mummy.
Like, I got some people like messaging me, hey, I need you to do this. And I'm like, sure. And then I just sat there and just
watch The Mummy. It was great. It's a really good movie.
It's a fun movie.
It's wonderful.
Very fun movie. Love Brendan Fraser in that movie.
He's so handsome.
He's the internet's
And that
boyfriend.
dude who looks like Billy Zane and is not Billy Zane.
Arnold.
I thought for my whole life that was Billy Zane.
Arnold
Like, I knew it wasn't
Salou.
Billy Zane. I can't remember what you said it is. Arnold something.
Emotep.
Emotep is not Billy Zane,
He is
believe
not.
it or not.
He is not Billy Zane. No. I don't know how you get the two confused.
It's the dark complexion and the brown eyes, I think, and like face shape, maybe. I don't know. Well, you know, you come up with some really weird shit, and you say that I'm not right when I actually am right about people being who they are. Like last night when we were watching fucking Tombstone, which Billy Zane is in, and I was like, holy shit, that's Billy Bob Thornton. And you and your aunt were like, no, it's not. You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. That's not Billy Bob Thornton. It was fucking Billy Bob Thornton. Bitch, just listen to him.
Yeah, but then I
You
was
don't
like,
even need to look at him. You hear his voice and you know it's Billy Bob Thornton.
and then I was like, oh look, that's Yondu, and you were like, that's not him. I'm like,
I'm still convinced that was not Yondu. There is
what's
no
his
way in
name?
hell that's Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
It's not him.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not. You're crazy.
Yeah, we said that's Merle from The Walking Dead. That's Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy. And you're like, no, it's not. And then you hear him talk, and you're like, oh, it's him.
Billy Bob Thornton.
That one was weird. He had cheeks. Mm-hmm. He had cheeks.
Exactly.
That's weird.
I have a
He didn't
feeling he
look like
has
a
not had
skeleton.
cheeks since that movie.
Probably
Because he looks like a skeleton.
a skeleton with flesh.
Angelina took his cheeks away. That's what happened. You think I'm kidding? They did some weird fucking shit with each other.
Yeah, they did a lot of weird shit. Mummy was fun. Should we watch the second one?
We should.
Yeah.
I want to. He's in that one, right?
Yeah, he's on all three. I think the third one.
Oh, there are
like the
three?
worst one. Yeah.
Oh. I don't need to watch the Tom Cruise one again. That was fine.
No, nobody needs to watch Tom
was
Cruise
awful.
in anything ever. That guy can go away.
I really don't care for him at all.
So, last thing that we have, I haven't uploaded any of the Let's Play videos in a while or the first impressions, and honestly, it's because we haven't had some times.
And you haven't posted on your Instagram.
I have not. Last thing I posted was Wolong, and on Instagram, the last thing I posted was Star Fox.
It's okay. It's easy to get into Instagram slumps in the beginning.
It's like
Oh,
we haven't had time for anything.
that's true. Our lives have been chaos.
Yeah, like last week we had to go up to Georgia like last second and come back down the same week.
Same day.
Same day.
Well, we were there for less than 24 hours.
Yeah. And like some big things are happening and it's just
Plus, we work.
pure.
I wish
could
this were
quit.
our job, but it's
Yes,
not.
I wish I could quit my job because fuck, man, I need more time.
I am so jealous every time I see a TikToker or Instagrammer being like, oh my God, I took the leap today, guys. I quit my job to be a full-time content creator. I'm like, man, I finally had a good month on Reels. Now they're going to take this bitch away. What the fuck am I doing wrong?
And they're like, oh, Karradyne's having too much money. Stop.
Yeah, apparently $500 was too much money.
Oh, of course.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, videos are going to come back at some point. Gorbage is going to come back at some point. Maybe not in the next few weeks, but at some point.
Yeah,
And
eventually.
we might have to skip a week or two at some point, but
We will update you,
Yes.
or we will update our loyal servants on Discord.
Yes, all of them.
Yes.
Yes. No, we'll let everybody know on an episode as well what's going on and shit. I promise we're not getting divorced.
We're not having a baby.
Yes.
Dear God.
Yes.
I need everybody to stop assuming that that's it.
Discord immediately went to
There are big things that happen other than babies.
you know what's funny?
What?
Discord
We get a new
assumed
dog. No.
Discord
I wish.
assumed that it was a baby, and they were all immediately like, I am so sorry.
I am not pregnant, and neither is Chris.
No. Yeah, it would be weird if I was pregnant.
Neither is Luna. Luna's fixed.
Yeah.
I wish I were fixed.
She almost took a trip to the glue factory last night.
Oh, Luna had a rough night. Therefore, we had a somewhat rough night. Dear God, I thought she was on crack or something. Like, she got into drugs and she's losing her mind. I don't know what the hell.
I hate it when she gets weird like that because she walks up to my face and just stares at me.
And like puff stare at you?
No, just like looks at me. And like I wake up because I feel like there's something staring at me.
It's Luna.
And when I wake up, it's Luna, just like really close staring. Then she tries to get off the bed. She tries to go out, and
she knows you're easier to wake up than I am.
Yeah. And like I took her for a walk at 4 a.m. It was raining. It was cold as fuck in
I
Florida.
can't believe it was raining.
It was
it
raining
like
and
misty?
It was no, rain.
It was raining.
Rain, yeah.
Did you dry her off when you brought her back in?
No.
You just put her back in the bed, wet from rain?
I wrapped it in my blanket.
Oh my gosh. I can't. I need to wash your blanket then.
I thought she was better after going outside, and
she was not.
No, she like did this weird thing that she does where she like lays on my stomach with her paws and just sits there, and I could feel her belly rumbling into mine. Like, that's a fucking dog. All right, I guess she gets to go outside again. So we just laid on the couch with her. She laid on my stomach and fell asleep. I was like, fucking A, I don't have to take her.
Going back to bed.
Going back to bed.
Oh my gosh.
Having a dog is like having a kid. It's crazy.
I guess it is. We don't have a kid to know for sure.
We won't either.
Nope. We will not.
All right. You know what time it is?
Time for book talk.
You want to introduce her yourself? I don't feel like doing it.
It's time for book talk, Middle Earth edition.
Do it with some excitement.
It's time for book talk, bitches, Middle Earth edition.
That was terrible. Don't do that again.
I was trying to be cool. I'm a cool kid.
Calling the listeners bitches is not cool.
I'm a cool kid.
All right, you ready for your book?
I am ready for my book.
Okay, then go ahead.
So, I decided to try to be different and not just reread the trilogy or The Hobbit or the Silmarillion for that matter, because let's be real, I'm still only halfway through from when I started it, when I said I was going to finish it before the Rings of Power started.
Last year.
Because I will happily admit that these books are difficult to read. Very difficult and time consuming and sometimes mind numbing, but it's worth it. Yeah. Anyway, so we
God, that shit is so good.
Oh my God, stop drinking all this Snapple. Give me that peach, bitch.
Here you go, your toilet water.
Yes, my toilet water. Anywho, so I had seen this book at Bright Light a couple times when we went, but it was like $80, and I'm like, that's a lot for one book. I honestly still don't know exactly why this book is as expensive as it is. It's even like super expensive on Amazon. I don't know. I need to look it up, but I've been lazy. Anyway, what? Oh, did the lids say the Snapple things?
Yeah.
Okay. Read us the lid. Interrupt me. Go for it.
That one Snapple says the average raindrop takes 2 minutes to hit the ground. I think they all have like element facts and shit, because that one said something along the lines of the alchemy symbol for air is a triangle with a line through it. So, okay, keep going about the book. Okay,
yeah. So, one of our last trips, I had enough credit that I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get this book. History of the Hobbit, Part 1, Mr. Baggins, by John D. Rateliff. I had no idea really what this book was going into it. It is literally him like sharing the first drafts of The Hobbit and then like talking about what changed and things like that. Holy shit, I didn't know nothing. I knew nothing. I knew shit. I knew jack shit. I knew absolutely nothing about these books. Holy crapola. So the first thing that we start with shows that so many names changed by the time we made it to the final draft.
By the time we made it to the
Major
movie.
names changed. Major. Can you believe that Gandalf was not Gandalf?
Yeah. What was the name?
Bloodorthin.
Bloodorthin.
Bloodorthin. Bladorthin. Bloodorthin.
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 Oh.
There was a Gandalf, but guess who Gandalf was? Or guess who was named Gandalf?
A dwarf.
Yes.
Thorin Oakenshield.
Yes. Was named Gandalf. And Smaug, the great and terrible, guess what he was named?
What?
Something very not scary.
Mr. Tinkles?
Prifton.
Prifton?
Prifton.
Prifton?
Yes.
That sounds like a white boy's name. Prifton.
I can't. So forgive me if this is boring, but I took pictures of the pages that I thought were the most interesting, and I'm just going to read you a little bit from these things. So this says the most startling thing about the fragment, from the point of view of readers familiar with the later published text, are the unfamiliar names given to several of the major characters and places. Prifton instead of Smaug, the Black Mountain and Wildwood instead of the Lonely Mountain and Mirkwood, Bloodorthin instead of Gandalf, and especially Gandalf the Dwarf instead of Thorin Oakenshield.
Gandalf the dwarf. That sounds so wrong.
Right? Tolkien prided himself on his nomenclature. He said this in a radio interview with Dennis Grolt. And rightly so. It is a point on which he excels any other writer of fantasy, even Dunsany and Morris. He was able to embrace the exoticism of the one and plain style of the other as the occasion warrants, without ever losing his own distinctive touch. In point of fact, assigning the name Gandalf to a dwarf and Bloodorthin to a wizard is quite appropriate. The dwarf name comes from the same list in the Elder Edda, that provided the names of all but one of the dwarves who accompany Bilbo on his quest. Like them, it is Old Norse. Thimblefamby, the original name tentatively given to the king under the mountain, the character who would later become Thror the Old, likewise comes from Old Norse. This time
That
from
does sound
the
like-
bit of Edic lore known as the Havamal.
That does sound like a Norse name. What was it?
Thimblefamby.
Yeah.
Thimblefamby.
Because from God of War, the new God of War game that came out that I beat, because I play video games.
What the hell? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Who are you right now?
One of the biggest things that they're dealing with throughout the game is Fimbulwinter, which is the end of the world before the end of the world. Basically, everything goes screwy before Ragnarok.
Oh.
It's called Fimbulwinter.
Winter or winter?
I think it's winter.
You struggle with your THs, so I don't know what's right
Yes.
and what's wrong.
It's Fimbulwinter. Fimbulwinter? I don't know.
It's something. It's either Fimbulwinter or Fimbulwinter. Fimble. Yeah, so I was not prepared for that at all. I don't know how. In all of my years of obsession, I did not know that. Apparently, there are lots of things I do not know.
You're going to be insufferable now watching the movies.
Right? Did you know that he was originally supposed to be called Bloodorthin? Bloodorthin.
It doesn't.
Smaug's flying through the air. I am fire. I am death. Did you know that he was supposed to be called Prifton?
Prifton.
Prifton, fire and death.
Prifton. Prifton. It's some dude that went to Harvard.
Oh my god, I can't.
He wears khakis.
Oh Lord.
It wouldn't sound the same when Gandalf finally arrives at the Shire and Frodo's like, Gandalf, being Bloodorthin. That wouldn't have rolled off the tongue.
Yeah, no.
Or when he falls with the Balrog, he's like, fly, you fools. And Frodo's screaming in slow mo. Bloodorthin!
Oh Lord.
Bloodorthin the Grey. Bloodorthin the White.
And when what's his name?
Would have been funny if they would have used like in one of the scenes where they call him by one of his old names. If they would have called him Bladortha.
Bladorthan instead of Mithrandir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I can't. And then there was this line
Mm-hmm.
in
Uh-huh.
actually
What?
I don't remember why I took a picture of this. We're gonna ignore that part.
Okay.
I don't remember.
What was it?
I don't remember why I took a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
This book is just really, really fun. And like normally if I were to read something that has like footnotes
You
and
ignore the
text,
footnotes?
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not this time. There is a wealth
Of
of
knowledge.
information. It is so much fun. I am thoroughly enjoying it. I tried so hard to finish it on the ride up to Georgia last weekend, and I failed. And then on the way home, we sang 90 songs all the way back together. So
What's
I
a
did not
90
read
song?
it all. A lot of it was we sang lots of NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
We sang lots of Backstreet Boys.
Um,
Everybody, yeah.
yeah. Another thing that like kind of threw me for a loop, and then I tried to imagine it in my head, was a line from the famous dwarven song being different. So, you know, it says, "Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away ere break of day to find our long forgotten gold."
Isn't that the song?
Yes. This draft
Mm-hmm.
says to claim our pale enchanted gold. Since when is gold pale?
If it's enchanted, might mean that
But
it's
it's
cursed.
glowing,
It's cursed, and
maybe?
yeah. I mean, I can believe that.
I guess. But then he writes that several small changes were made to the song or poem. To claim our long forgotten gold is written in the margin alongside the line to claim our pale enchanted gold. I'm glad we made that change. I think about to claim our pale enchanted gold. You know, that's weird. I can't. I'm really glad that he made a lot of these changes because and then okay, so another thing that's really weird
Mm-hmm.
when I think I'm like right now I'm going through really slowly. I'm at Riddles in the Dark, so Gollum, and there are several points where he calls him the Gollum instead of just Gollum, the Gollum.
But is it Gollum or Golem?
Gollum. It is not a golem. It's Gollum.
So
But they keep calling him the Gollum, not Golem. He's not a golem.
That's weird.
Yeah. And the author addresses it. Like, don't really know why he did this a couple times, but he did. So here we are. It's lots of fun. Another thing that I'm really glad he changed is that he had a lot of real world elements in it in the beginning before I think he decided to go totally fantasy, because one of his main goals was to have like mythology for England, sort of like how the Greeks have their mythology, like to have, you know, this
Pantheon of
awesome,
gods and shit.
well, no, just like to have like an awesome epic story for his country.
Fucking Beowulf.
Nobody cares about Beowulf. Anyway, so, but he had a lot of real world elements in it at first. As this line shows, the Hobbit's trademark mix of the familiar and the strange is perhaps at its strongest in this chapter. References to pop guns, trains, tea parties, and familiar names for days of the week lie alongside wizards, dwarves, dragons, and hobbits, just as the wild wireworms of the Chinese is juxtaposed against the Battle of the Greenfields and the goblins of Mount Graham. Tolkien had a good precedent for his mentions of tobacco and tomatoes. Even the Brothers Grimm always allowed potatoes and contemporary coaches into their folk tales. Some of the so-called anachronisms, however, are nothing of the sort. It is the narrator, not one of the characters in the story, who compares the scream welling up inside Bilbo to a train whistle, just as in Lord of the Rings. It is again the narrator who compares the noise made by the firework dragon to an express train rushing by.
So it's not that these things exist, it's that this is what the author is choosing to explain what it's like. Because that's what it sounds like to me.
Right. So like he kept things like that, but got rid of like the wild wireworms of the Chinese.
So, like, there's no trains of Middle Earth, but this is how it sounded, so you know what it sounds like.
Yeah.
That, I mean, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say there is supposedly, according to the DLC in Shadow of War, there is a stand-in for China in Middle Earth, and I did not like that part.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you all about it next week.
Okay. That sounds
I
weird.
did not like it at all. Anyways, continue.
Another thing that I found really interesting was he like broke down the like possible meaning of Bloodorphan. Like why the hell was this ever his name? And it was kind of cool to see him break down the like different elements of that name. So the simplest translation would be the gray country, Blador plus thin, or even alternatively, if we stress the or element, this becomes gray plains fey, or even gray master of the plains. If we interpret Blador less literally and take wide in the sense of far and wide, the name could even be interpreted as Grey Wanderer, i.e. one who travels far and wide, thus becoming an early precursor of Gandalf's Lord of the Rings era elven name Mithrandir. In any case, whatever its original meaning, the name must have been capable of yielding a meaning appropriate to its reassigned application to King Bloodorphan, perhaps there meaning the rule over wide grey lands. So you got some... And he had earlier explained like what the different syllables meant, but
Okay.
that at least like it would have still made sense if it
name
had stayed his name.
Yeah. It's an ugly name, but
It's awful. It's very awful.
The meaning is there.
I can't. And then another thing that he pointed out that was super fun is that Elrond is like one of the only characters that remain like totally the same throughout the Silmarillion, Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. Like his lineage stayed the same. He never changed any of that.
Not in Rings of Power.
Oh, we're not going to talk about the Rings of Power. We're only talking about this stuff right now. Please.
I mean, the book sounds great.
It's so fun.
That book
and his
sounds...
writing is not like ridiculously dry or difficult to understand, which is nice.
The book sounds like it would make a great series or documentary or something.
Yeah, that's true. There's a part 2 that I really want. I can't remember what it was called.
It's like Return to Baggins or something.
Yeah. But shit, they had it as a box set. The first book, the second book, and a copy of The Hobbit. It was like $230. I ain't got that much store credit.
Hey, maybe we can get together enough books to get another $100 and we will be good.
Yeah, just pay $30 for it.
Yep. Because don't we have like $100 in credit right now?
Yes. I could take that book back. Because I'd be getting it in the box set.
Let's do that. Let's see how much.
We just need to make sure they still have it before I hand it over.
Yes.
Because I don't want to give it up if they were to not have it.
So let's.
Because those books are like $145 each on Amazon. It's insane. Mm-hmm. I really need to look up why they're so.
You got a couple of Funko Pops that you can sell? I got a couple of Funko Pops.
That's true. I keep forgetting they take Funko Pops.
Yeah.
You know, I think we could do this. I just hope it doesn't sell before we can.
I doubt it. That one copy of that one book that's $200 has been sitting there forever. So.
That's true. I mean, there are lots of Lord of the Rings fans here, but is anybody a big enough fan to
spend $230?
Yeah. Oh, hello. Hello.
My bad.
Oh gosh.
I'm not cutting that out.
It's so you shouldn't. You shouldn't. It's just so much fun, and like it's almost like lighting that fire in me that I had like the first time I read the Silmarillion. It's so fun.
I think, and this is just me thinking off the top of my head.
That's dangerous.
When I get the Steam Deck, and I download legally, because I own all these games, right?
Yeah.
All the ROMs
Uh-huh.
for the Game Boy Advance games that I want.
Uh-huh.
I should download the Two Towers and the Return of the King and let you play them, because I think you might enjoy them.
Yeah.
I'll see if they have some cheats to give you like infinite health. That way all you can do is explore and fight the hobbits and shit. So I think you might have fun.
I really want to see all the Lego games, but
I think
I remember that one time I tried to play that Lego game, and when you were on the road,
yeah.
it was awful.
Yeah.
I gave up so quickly.
I think the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Lord of the Rings games are much better than the Lego games in terms of...
But the humor from the Lego games, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't give a shit about playing them. I want the humor of the Lego games.
Okay.
I think about the meme with Gimli taking Galadriel's hair and running off with it. And I think about all that awesome Star Wars stuff that you showed me. I want that for the Lord of the Rings. It's so fun. So much fun.
Oh, that scene was so funny. And they just kill him with the starship.
Pretty great.
So you haven't finished the book, but...
No, I'm like halfway through.
I'm guessing you already have a rating for it?
Oh, hell yeah. It's going to get 5 fucking stars. That's for sure. It is so much fun. I am loving it.
So that is The History of the Hobbit, Part 1, Mount Baggins.
No, Mr. Baggins, not Mount Baggins. MT Baggins instead of MR Baggins. I can't.
Baggins. Let me fix that.
If I had a mountain, I would name it Baggins.
Mr. Baggins by John D. Rateliff.
I don't know if that's pronouncing it correctly, but
Ratliff.
Yeah. Surely that's it.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. Gosh, I love it.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into some games and stuff. All right, for this week's game, we have Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. This game was released on September 30th, 2014. It is available on PlayStation 4, Windows, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Linux, and OS X, whatever the fuck that is. This is an action-adventure game, kind of like the... what are they called? The Assassin's Creed games. So you climb shit, jump on shit, stab shit, kill shit, fight shit. Everything.
Burn shit.
Yes. This game does this really cool thing where you have a system called the Nemesis system. And what the Nemesis system does is that there is a group of orcs that are captains, war chiefs, lieutenants, whatever the fuck they're called. And whenever you fight them, if they survive, or if you run away, or you maim them in some way, or you use one of their fears against them, they will remember that the next time they fight you.
Oh, Lord.
So there was this one orc that I set on fire. I didn't get to kill him. He ran away. When I fought them the next time, he was all burnt and scarred from the fire. There was another one that was missing a chunk of his head, so he had a metal plate on it. There's a bunch of them that survived for some reason or another. I think the only way to make them not come back is to decapitate them. But it's you can't control the decapitations and whatnot. They're random. It also works in a way that if you're fighting them and they manage to kill you, they go up in rank. So next time you face them, they'll be like, "Oh, I killed you once, I can kill you again," and they'll try to use their old tricks against you, and your tricks won't work against them as well. So that actually bridges into why I didn't like this game this much this time, and it's because this game is full of fucking bullshit. So these orcs have like strengths that they have, so they'll be like invulnerable against strength, invulnerable against ranged attack, invulnerable against finishers, which makes them a bitch to fight because you would use your finishing attack to actually like do some damage. It doesn't work. You would go far and shoot them with arrows. It doesn't work. You try to sneak up on them and stab them. Won't work. So a lot of these fights just devolve into fucking button mashing and hoping that it'll work or that somebody else kills them by accident. It annoyed the fuck out of me. I didn't have a great time with this game because of that. But it is still a pretty decent and fun game. I would say if you can get this game for super cheap, get it. Don't spend more than $20 on it, including the DLC, because you're going to be doing the same thing over and over again for about 30 hours, which is what I did 2 weekends ago. Remember?
I remember.
I just sat on that couch and just played through the entire fucking game.
Forever and ever and ever.
Yep. So, about the story, which is what I'm going to talk about the most. So the game follows Talion, a Gondorian ranger from the Black Gate, who was killed in a sacrifice to bring back the spirit of Celebrimbor, so that one of Sauron's lieutenants can have him in his body so he can do something for Sauron. They never really explain what the whole deal is for.
Forge something.
Probably. Anyways, so you fight the Tower of Sauron, which is a creepy looking motherfucker. The Hammer of Sauron, and I think the other one is the Black Hand or the Hand of Sauron or something like that. And when they kill Talion at the start of the game, he was the sacrifice, but because his family just got killed in front of him, Celebrimbor's spirit is like, oh, we both had our families killed in front of us by Sauron or his
Bonding.
people. So now we're bonded together. And then from there on, you're on your adventures with Celebrimbor and his supernatural powers. It is a lot of fun seeing this Celebrimbor and not the pussy-ass bitch that they did for long.
He's very, very different from the Rings of Power.
Isn't he?
He's so different.
Isn't
He's
he?
like full-blown elf warrior.
Elf warlord. Like, he is vicious. He
was a bit of a pussy in the show. Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking racist in this game.
Really?
He hates orcs. Like, they are beneath them.
It's okay to be racist against orcs.
Like, he is like, oh, we don't need an army. Let's just take these fucking orcs and force them to do what we want. Like, let's brand them. Like, literally give them an astral burn on their face.
Oh, shit.
To mark them as our property. As our property. And then we'll take them and fight Sauron with them.
Damn.
This is not out of their free volition. No, these are slaves. So, like, Celebrimbor is a fucking monster in this game. And I'm all for it. I don't like that other Celebrimbor. Like, this one, I like him a lot. So, basically, you and Celebrimbor out to kill Sauron's helpers because of what they did and eventually take Sauron down. But along the way, you meet Gollum, right? He helps you out because he, for some reason, can see the Bright Lord, which is Celebrimbor. And he knows that Celebrimbor made the One Ring, so he wants Celebrimbor to make it again for Gollum. And Talion does not like Gollum at all. He wants to kill him a bunch of times. But Celebrimbor is like, even the lowliest of creatures have a purpose in this entire thing. So, and a lot of things happen. You know, you get to kill Sauron's forces. But eventually, Celebrimbor tells Talion, it's like, okay, they're all dead. I'm ready for my eternal rest. And when Celebrimbor is ready to leave, Talion's like, no, we're going to kill Sauron. So they go off on an adventure to kill Sauron, and that's the second game.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I like the game. Like, I like the story of the game. The game itself, it had too much bullshit. Let me see. I think I have notes on this shit. Because,
it looked like fun. I wish I could have stayed to watch more than what I did.
I wish you would have too, because I think you would have enjoyed it. Let me see. Do I have game notes on this shit? I don't think I do. I don't have any notes, which it's fine. But I do have one short note on my games beaten this year. The Nemesis system is cool. Story is cool. Doing the same process for 40 hours sucks. It was 40 hours
Bless
of the
it.
same shit. And like I'm looking at the story now here on Wikipedia, and I see a lot of things that I forgot, which are actually pretty cool. First off, Talion is voiced by Troy Baker. He is probably one of my favorite voice actors, and it's not because of Joel. Fuck Joel. So let's get that straight. Anyways, Saruman possesses Queen Marwen, who is like the leader of Gondorians that live in Mordor. And Marwen just went through on a trip, like basically on a pilgrimage to visit like different parts of Middle Earth. And in one of those places, she found a staff that belonged apparently to Saruman, and he possessed her through the staff.
Well, of course he did.
So, you have
Like
to
he possessed Theoden.
yes. So, at a point, you're basically working for Saruman because he is controlling Queen Marwen, and he's basically telling Talion, "You need to control the orcs so that you can win this fight that you're in." And eventually, Talion's like, "Wait, this is wrong. This lady should not have black eyes," and destroys the staff and frees her. But the lady was kind of like an oracle, so she could see the future and show him what would happen and what steps he would have to take and whatnot. But there is at the end of the game a fight against the Black Hand, and Sauron starts taking over the Black Hand's body. Celebrimbor holds him in place so that Talion can kill him. So Talion killed the Black Hand. I mean, yes, the Black Hand and Sauron at one point. Talion is kind of a fucking badass. He is a really cool character. I like him a lot. Especially in the second game, where he has a whole lot other shit going on and stuff that he does. It's fucking chef's kiss. So a lot really doesn't happen in this game. Like story-wise, it's more just their revenge tale of killing these people that wronged both of them, and eventually coming to the realization that Talion isn't banned from death because every time you die, he's reborn in one of the towers that Celebrimbor possesses. So you find out that he's not banned from death. It's that Celebrimbor, because they're joined, Celebrimbor won't let him die. If Celebrimbor decides to leave him, then Talion would die. So until that happens, Talion's immortal. It's a lot of shit.
That's a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, and like you meet an elf, not an elf, a dwarf. The dwarf shows you how to hunt. So you go hunt Karagors and Graugs, and there's these monsters called ghouls.
They were scary looking little fuckers.
Yeah. So
they look like the skeletons in the Mummy.
Kind of. The cool thing is that the Nemesis system takes these things into consideration. So you might have orcs that are afraid of Graugs or Karagors or ghouls, and if for some reason those show up in a fight, they'll run away, like terrified. Or it could be that they get pissed off by these things. So if they show up, they get full health and they go into a rage.
Oh, Lord.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. And there's like detective work, like you got to investigate like these leaders, like you have to find what's called a worm, which is an orc with a weak mind. So you can read it and figure out what the weaknesses are of this leader, or where he hangs out, or whatever.
A worm.
A worm, yeah. Like in the second game, like right at the beginning, they're like, Talion is like, not Talion, Celebrimbor tells Talion like, "Oh, we got to find a worm and get information on this."
Bless.
So, and like, it's. I feel like if I would have taken my time replaying this game and not like blazed through it,
Yeah, binged it.
I might have had a better time. But
it seemed like you were having a lot of fun in the beginning.
I was, but then like God of War, 40 hours of doing the same thing, I don't have any fun with that afterwards. I'm surprised that I still gave a 9 out of 10 to Fire Emblem Warriors, which is 90 hours of the same thing. That was insane.
You're crazy.
I am. And oh my, I got so much stuff that I have to do. But yeah, so next week I'm going to talk about Shadow of War, because I have a lot of stuff that I want to say right now, but I can't because I'll get into Shadow of War. And it'll spoil a lot of things that I want to cover like in depth, so I'll just talk more about it next week.
Maybe I'll manage to finish my book by next week.
Do you have a book for next week?
Well, maybe I can finish this book by next week.
You're going to talk more about this book?
I mean, I'm not going to start a new one. So it is what it is.
Whatever. So I gave this game a 7.5 out of 10.
I mean, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like, I only didn't have fun because of the bullshit with the orcs being like, nope, we're not doing this. And me being like, but you have to die. Like, you can call your own orcs that you possess to come help you in fights, but then you run the risk of them getting killed, and then you have to go recruit more orcs, and it just becomes a pain in the ass.
That's a lot.
So yeah, that's it. I have nothing else. We don't have a Gorbage for this week. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we cut this off?
Do I have anything?
Mm-hmm.
We can tell them about the funny t-shirt, since that has to do with Lord of the Rings.
You got to put the picture on Instagram, because they're not going to get it.
Don't let me forget.
Tomorrow morning when you wake up?
Yeah, remind me.
Post.
Remind me. Yeah. I was on TikTok the other night, and I think it's like Meg's Tea Room or something. She does a lot of cozy book recs. She made a video, and she was wearing an Aragorn t-shirt. In this video, I was like, oh my god, I gotta have this shirt. It just says Aragorn, and it has like 100 pictures of his face on it. That's an exaggeration, like 5 pictures of his face. So I immediately went to Etsy and found the shirt and bought it. And I've had recommendations pop up on my main Etsy feed because of it. And this copycat shop made like the same shirt, just like different colors and different pictures of Aragorn. And they definitely did not put his face as one of the pictures. It's his grandfather's face in the Rings of Power, but not.
It's a picture of
like whatever great grandfather it is.
Wait, it's not Isildur.
No, it's Isildur's dad.
What's his name?
Elendil. Elendil. He's one of... Oh, shit. Let me Google it. I can't remember. I should remember. Hold on. One moment.
Okay. Hurry up. Look him up. I don't have time for this. We got to end the show. I think it's Elendil, right?
Elendil, yes.
That scared the shit out of me.
Yes, Elendil. It was his face from the Rings of Power instead of Aragorn's face in one corner of the shirt.
The AC cut on and it scared me.
Really? That scared you?
I wasn't expecting it to go like, ooh.
I'm so over this loud fucking AC.
Yeah, I am too. So, all right. So that's it for this week's episode of A Novel Console. Do you want to say
Middle-earth March?
Only one more Middle-earth March, unless you want to do a bonus one, but I don't think you do.
We missed one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Do
you want to say goodbye then?
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.